Hi guys, welcome back to another week on our van building vlog. Thank you for tuning in again. The van is almost done and we are super excited.
So for today we've set ourselves a mini challenge. So by the end of today we want our gas to be flowing.
It might not go perfectly according to plan because we haven't even started yet and we just realized we're probably missing a piece. But we'll do as much as we can and get cracking.
Yeah, so without further ado.
No.
Gas, it's probably a good time to talk about the cooker that we got. So we got one that is super common. I feel like you see them all the time in camper vans. It's a Voyager 4500 and it basically has a stove on the bottom and then it has two rings on the top as like a cooktop. So it kind of has everything you need. It's super tiny and is small enough that we could still fit a drawer underneath it for our pots and pans and stuff. Yeah, it has really good reviews. It's kind of the one that everyone uses in camper vans, I feel. So that's the one we're using. All right, Shaun, explain to us the next steps in the gas installing progress.
We replaced this pipe, like we said earlier. Next thing I think we need to do is fix our gas locker in and drill a hole through the floor of the van.
The tools of our trade today. So this is the guy that we are expecting to cut through vinyl, plywood, the insulation, maybe a batten if we hit one, 2 sheets of steel. Yeah, we don't want to die, so. He's got a big roll, this little guy. So the next thing we have to do is we know where in the van we want the hole to be, but we also need to make sure we understand where it is underneath the van so that we don't like put a hole in anything that's important, right?
I could just drill the hole straight down now from in here. But I can't guarantee to myself I'm not going to hit anything under the van.
So that's what we're trying to figure out now.
So today's vlog will be spent under the van.
It's really gross under here.
Got no idea how much you can see. Oh, can't forget you.
I don't know if this was explained, though it might be obvious. The reason that we're drilling a hole through the van is obviously because in a gas locker you need circulation and you need ventilation for safety. So we are now going to drill the hole. It's a bit scary because obviously if we miss, then there's a giant hole in the floor and we have to reseal it and fix it. And I don't even know what we would do about the vinyl flooring. But we're taking an educated guess, which is kind of the best we can do. We kind of measured above where we want it and measured below. Of course, the measurements don't come out exact because obviously the above and below are so different that we can't be measuring from the exact spot, you know, to know for certain. But we're gonna give an educated guess. Shaun is about to drill this hole and hopefully it's where we want it to be. The gas locker has a hole.
That's insulation, so we missed the bottom.
That's good. How do we do?
I can't see the drill bit.
Oh. Oh my god, you're like a monkey.
Can you go pull the drill out?
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
You need to come here.
Is it good?
You need to come.
Should I bring the camera?
Yeah. Right there. You see that white dot?
That's a hole.
That's the hole we just made.
Is that a good spot for it?
I think so.
Right on.
So now we just need to make it bigger.
Why are you ahead? That's so funny. I don't know, I just felt like I was bracing myself better this way. Oh my god. This should be the thumbnail.
Let's drill a hole.
Okay. my hair. Let me just put my glove back on.
Well, that went well.
Did it?
That hole is... I couldn't have asked for it to land in a better place.
Oh. Fabulous. Now we're just drilling the same hole into the box itself.
We finally got our wee hole that actually went better than I thought it was going to go. Just filing off all the rough metal from both the locker and the van floor, and then we're going to treat it with Special Metals primer just to stop it from rusting, and then once that's dry we'll install the locker, put that through, seal everything up, and then that's that bit done, and then we move on to installing the copper pipe.
So this is just the paint to treat the metal so that no rust accumulates. I can see you.
Gas locker, vinyl floor, plywood underfloor, insulation, van floor.
Everything we just cut through. We just put our fridge in momentarily just because now the next thing that we have to do is we have to figure out where we want to run this copper pipe, which is ending up being a little bit more complicated because ideally you want one long strand without any bends, right, Shaun?
Indeed.
But it's hard to do that because we have to get it all the way from back there, which is where we put the gas locker, to the cooker that's all the way up here. So we're just trying to figure out what's the best way of doing that right now. Do you want to talk about some of the options we thought about?
Some of the options are we go floor level, but then like the water tank's in the way, the wheel box arch is in the way, the fridge is in the way, it just involves a lot of drilling. So an option we're going for now is sort of like halfway, so coming along the top of the wheel box arch, dropping down in the bench seat, then across behind the fridge, popping out down here, then coming up and into the isolator, which is over there. We're going to test that theory with the 10mm pipe that we no longer need, and if that works then we'll do it with the 8. So here goes nothing.
Here we go. It's a party out here. So this cat taker is quite blind. So he just ran into this dog, Luna, who is very ill. Garfield, who's quite deaf and obviously has his neck injury still, doesn't care and just wants to be left alone on this bench in the sun. Oh, he's snoring. So for the last 45 minutes to an hour, we've been figuring out, like I said just previously, exactly where we want to run the copper pipe. And what we did is we tested it with the 10mm, like Shaun said. So we put a little hole in the space between the kitchen and the couch on the driver's side. So now what we're going to do is we're going through with the 8, which we have to be much more careful because it's really easy, especially with the 8 because it's so small, to bend or to flatten the pipe, which would obviously then ruin it and then we'd have to start again. So we are very slowly going to feed it through the entire van. So there will be a canister of gasoline in the gas locker, and Shaun just marked with chalk where that copper pipe ends up in the back, and I believe he's going to drill a tiny little hole in there to get it through, and then that will connect to the canister of gasoline that's on the inside when we have it. Alright guys, it is 7:30 at night. We have been working on this since about 10:30 this morning. We have made some major progress and did something we'd never done before, so that's really good. We aren't completely finished, but dinner's almost ready and we're quite hungry and we're a little bit tired. So we're gonna stop for today with the plan of continuing tomorrow. There isn't much left to do, So I would consider this like a 75% completed challenge. We just have like the little tidbits left. Like we have to do what goes inside the gas locker and a couple of other things. So we're gonna keep going tomorrow, but we're just about done. And the exciting thing is that once we're done with the gas locker, there can be some very fast progress tomorrow. Once that is done, we can do things like the plumbing and like put the kitchen in, finally, and all these different things. So we're gonna get that done tomorrow for sure, and we'll be able to move on to other things. One week, guys.